Welcome back to In Ohio Country. Today with me I have Bill VanScoy of VanScoy Farms here near Ridgeway, Ohio. And Bill, you have kind of a unique operation here as it goes for in as far as Ohio agriculture is concerned as the products you produce.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a hydroponic operation. It's one of the few in Ohio, actually. Most people don't realize, but hydroponics actually started big in Ohio before it branched out to the other parts of the countries. Cleveland was a premier site for many years in hydroponics back in the 60s and early 70s. So we came in a little late on the game here when we started in 1999.
Bill, when we're talking about hydroponics, what is hydroponics? Can you tell our give our audience a good description of what that really means?
Hydroponics is grown in the absence of soil, is the way it's described today. It's an old technology. They actually found on the pyramids and different things and hieroglyphics that the Incas and the Aztecs, a lot of the old civilizations used this method of producing crops because they didn't have water. And water was the most valuable resource, especially in the desert and arid areas. What we have done is actually added mechanization and modernization to hydroponics to create what we call modern day hydroponics in today and also in this type of facility. The main bonus for hydroponics in today's society is we only use about 20% of the water that you would use in an outdoor crop. So that's the really big input that we're looking at today.
Yeah, hydroponics is become as we're looking at being green. Hydroponics is definitely going down that road as being green and good for the environment.
Well, exactly, and it's about as green as technology as you can get. We have folks up in different areas now that are talking about putting hydroponic operations on rooftops, putting them in deserts because you have lots of sunlight. And then also we can grow hydroponics in the big metropolitan areas. Even Ohio is considered that because in Ohio we're within 63% of the U.S. population is actually within a 12-hour drive of Ohio. So Ohio is a prime candidate for hydroponic operations to go direct to the consumer.
As we're standing here in this facility and we're looking around and you have many different products, not only hydroponic tomatoes but other products as well, what would be the equivalent if you were going to plant this many plants, produce as many pounds of produce? How many acres, would you have to be tending and caring for conventionally?
Probably a lot more than what we'd even consider. Hydroponic tomatoes we can actually produce with an acre facility like this. It is peak production and everything. You can peak somewhere around 500,000 pounds, or that would be, 250 tons. Or 250,000 tons, I believe. Normal 1 acre production of outside field tomatoes would put you somewhere around 30 to 50 tons. So that gives you an idea of how much produce we can actually do in a controlled environment in a greenhouse.
As we're looking around, you talked about tomatoes, but you have a lot more stuff than just tomatoes here.
Well, exactly. When the market changed, you have to change with it. So we added cucumbers along the way and developed that market. And then from there, we added lettuce. And now we've gone on a couple steps further as we're doing a couple different kinds of green beans, and we're also doing strawberries. And then even on the tomato side, we branched off to where now we're doing beefsteak tomatoes, grape tomatoes. We're doing several different kinds of heirloom tomatoes because that's what the market is dictating that they want.
We talk about strawberries. My mom makes a mean strawberry pie. I might have to send her over here to get some,
Yeah, and that would be good because we do have strawberry production almost all year round. Because last year we took strawberries to our family get-together for Christmas time, and of course we were the hit parade. You can also, with strawberry production in a greenhouse facility, you can make a sweeter strawberry. They don't have any pesticides on them, and your yield is about 2.5 times that of being grown outside.
That's interesting. You were talking about pesticides and no pesticides on your strawberries. I think can you tell us a little bit about your philosophy when it comes to the products that you grow here as to being environmentally friendly and green and pesticide free?
I've spent several years in the agriculture industry and have sprayed a lot of fields, made a lot of recipes to spray a lot of fields. And I also know what the potential for overuse of pesticides can do to the environment and also do to potential of people's health down the road. What we have done in the greenhouse operation is taken some of that knowledge and eventually weaned off of pesticides. Now, we did use pesticides years ago when we started because we didn't have the type of environmental controls of which we can do. Now we have more useful, beneficial ways of controlling pests that we didn't have even 10 years ago. We have bumblebees in the greenhouse for pollination, so therefore you don't want to spray with those. We have our family members here as well, so I don't want to have them exposed as well. And the selling market started demanding a cleaner and safer product than what they did a few years ago as people became more knowledgeable as where their food was grown and how it was grown. So we chose to go to a cleaner type of facility where we don't have hardly any pesticide spraying at all, and when we do, it's a part of the organic label, and it's beneficial to the environment, to the crop, and also to the consumers.
One thing that you had made a comment about earlier is that to also control anything coming in, basically you start from the seed in the packet.
Well, exactly. We were starting to when we started, we were bringing in plants from propagation facility in Canada because we didn't have anything that had the genetics that we were looking for in the United States. Our biggest concern was when we visited these facilities was their propagation areas were very nice, elaborate, but they weren't any cleaner than what we had. One seed guy told me, he said, everybody that touches that seed, you will carry his or you will carry their problems with you from the conception all the way till finish. Well, we decided if that's going to be the case, we might as well go with what we know, and we started our own seeds. From that, we've had less disease problems overall. The yield maybe isn't quite as good, but when you look at the fact we don't have the pest problems, we're better off now than what we were then. So that's why we've gone to that direction of growing all of our own seeds. So we have a small propagation area. The only thing we do bring in is crowns for the strawberry plants because I'm not very good at doing strawberries. So that's just a new concept for us. So,
Bill, if somebody wanted to find out more information about hydroponics and about how to get a hold of you and about your operation, can you tell them where they can reach at?
Sure. You can reach us here. You can stop in and pick up products here at the farm. Also, the different farm markets we do. We have a website, VanScoyFarms.com. Also, my wife has set up a Facebook page. Everybody's doing Facebook now, so just type in VanScoy Farms on Facebook. You can keep track of the farm operations. We have pictures there. And also some history of hydroponics and how it's developed and advanced over the years.
Bill, thanks for being with us.
Well, thank you.